So you want to meditate? Stay to the end of this video so you can meditate easily and simply anywhere, anytime. Meditation isn't linear, kind of like the world we live in. There's not one right way to do anything, and there's not one right way to meditate. There's a traditional way to meditate, but there's also modern age ways of meditation as well. And I once heard Abraham Hicks say that 50 Cent's version of meditation was him rapping because he is present in the moment. If you are present in the moment, that is a form of meditation. So no matter what you are doing, if you are present, that is meditation. But do I still think that we should have quiet time for meditation? Of course. What are the benefits of meditation? It allowed me to reduce my anxiety, get rid of depression, overcome any issues that I had because I could think straight and I could think through them. It removed me from a place of violence and drugs and completely changed my life 360 degrees all the way around. I will also create in-depth explanations of how to do each individual meditation, but I'm gonna outline some different types of meditations you can start doing today from home for completely free. So make sure you just wait to the end and understand all of them, because the third one is my favorite type of meditation and I've had some incredible results with it myself. So I'm going to share it with you. But before we get started, make sure you check out my 30-day meditation challenge that is on my website, www.maxhindle.com/master your mind. You can get the free 30 meditations that I made for you, genuinely nothing I need. You just need to log on to my website, that is it. So log on, get those meditations and change your life. And also, please do let me know how you're getting along. All I can ask for it is just a little testimonial from you saying what it's given you and how it's helped you. That is genuinely all I want, but you don't have to do that, only if you feel obliged to. But don't feel like you have to, if that makes sense. So the first type of meditation I would like to explain is sitting down meditations. Now, the traditional way of meditating is sitting down cross-legged with some incense, maybe some sage. This is Palo Santo. And this is what I actually we used when I did ayahuasca. If you haven't seen my ayahuasca documentary, go and check that out as well. It's very badly edited though, so give me a break. So yes, you can use incense, you can use Palo Santo, you can use candles. You can use anything to sort of scent the room up and allow you to relax even deeper, because there's certain scents like lavender, they really help you relax. And if you ever go to Bali, you always see the little offerings that they give on the streets with incense sticks in them, with flowers, with all those little things, which are incredible. And you can do the traditional way of meditating, which is sitting down with the incense, quieting your mind and thinking of nothing. But this is where it gets difficult, because the Western way of living isn't necessarily the way of the Eastern way of living, because of how westernized our civilization is. We have jobs, we have mortgages, we have families, we have this, we have that. Not saying that these in the Eastern world don't, but if you go to a monastery, they don't actually have any responsibilities other than the responsibilities they choose themselves to have, which is that of giving, which is that of service. But they don't own anything. They don't have anything. They don't have anything to worry about. So yes, this can be a very helpful form of meditation, and I'm saying it does work because I've done it before. But my personal preference is visualization meditations, because I love creating things. I'm a natural born creator. I love to see things created. I'm not very creative when it comes to drawing, but when it comes to using my mind to create new things, I am impeccable at it, and I know I'm good at it. And it's allowing those things to manifest, and this is also a great form of manifestation as well. See it first in here, then one day you'll be able to hold it out here. But as I said, you can sit cross-legged, allowing yourself to feel so relaxed and think no thoughts. So my personal preference of meditation, when I'm doing a form of meditation, I will sit in a cross-legged lotus position. That's the way that I do it. Now, you can do this in bed, but I would always recommend not to. I personally do, but what I do is I turn the other way so that I'm facing the headboard, if that makes sense, as you can see in this video, so that I am not in the sleeping position, because I don't want to associate my bed to meditation. I want to associate my bed to sleep, but I do still sit cross-legged in my bed when I meditate. That's my personal preference. If you have the luxury, which one day I will, and I know I'm going to, is have a meditation room, then I would recommend you do that. If you don't, then work with what you've got. Don't wait to get started with meditation. Get started today. So the whole goal should be to get to the cross-legged position, but let's say you're starting out meditation for the first time. Does it hurt to cross your legs? When I first started, yes, I could not cross my legs. I hadn't crossed my legs since I was in year 6. When I was in year 6, that was when you sat on the benches. So when I was year 5, that would have been the last time I crossed my legs and sat on the floor. Other than obviously the little times that you do, but I actually didn't have the flexibility in my legs because I didn't practice it. And just like anything, if you want to become good at meditation, practice meditation. If you want to become good at computer software editing or video editing, then edit videos. If you want to become a good engineer, then do more engineering tasks. I don't know. I'm not an engineer. But it makes sense to practice in order to gain experience, knowledge, and wisdom in that thing you're trying to do. So, if you want to learn how to meditate, go and meditate more. And if you're struggling to sit cross-legged, then just lay down. As I said, if you do want to lay down, I would recommend not doing this in bed. But if you have to and this is your only place, then just spin around the other way. Because we don't all have a meditation room, and I totally understand that. But spin around the other way just so that you won't associate this position with sleep and you won't fall asleep, because it's very likely you will fall asleep if you're laying in your bed. The law of association says, wherever I am, I will do X. If I am in the office, I tend to work. When I'm in the gym, I feel more energy. Things like that. When I'm with certain people, I feel energy or high energy or low energy. But my favorite style of meditation, which is really powerful, and I don't do it enough, and I'm just going to be honest with you, I don't do it enough. I go through phases of doing this repeatedly, and I used to walk down the beach every single morning doing a walking meditation. Now, I'm going to let you in on a little secret here. Walking meditation is one of the best meditations you can ever do. Reason being is because if you can do it with your eyes closed, you've hit the mark. You've got it, you've understood it, you can do it, you can create it. But when you can do it with your eyes open, you've got it for life. Imagine this, imagine you could be standing in a queue, all hell's breaking loose, and you're just relaxing, feeling yourself completely relaxed. Imagine you could do that. How would that help you? Imagine you could be driving your car, and I'm not saying meditate while driving your car because that can be very dangerous, but imagine you could regulate your emotions, regulate how you're feeling by focusing on your breath and your posture. Meditation is all about breathing. Notice what happens when you're completely relaxed. Or even when something negative happens and you've just come out of that experience, the body's natural reaction is to and let it go. What happens if someone is trying to rob you, steal from you? What happens if you're about to get into a fight? The energy goes up and it's anger. I've had it before with myself, and I've seen it on many people, where they feel so angry that their body is naturally regulating to try and calm them down, but their emotions are taking over. Because that's the whole reason I created the 30-Day to Master Your Mind Challenge, was for beginner meditators and even more experienced meditators if they don't want to start with day one. It starts with a 3-minute meditation and ends on a 32-minute meditation, I believe. I can't remember the exact, but it's just 1 minute extra a day. So day one is 3 minutes, day 2 is 4 minutes, etc., etc. So you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to one day be great. So if you want to become a good meditator, make sure you do these styles of meditation. Do sitting meditations. You don't have to necessarily sit cross-legged. You can sit on a chair with your feet over the edge, because when you're doing that, you're still keeping yourself straight. Ideally, you want your spine to be erect so that your chakras are in alignment and you're allowing the channel of energy to be received through you. But does meditation have to be spiritual? No, it doesn't. You can literally just visualize, create, and just go within internally to help you overcome certain issues. Because if you're watching this clip here, when I'm sitting focusing on something, my intention is very focused. I'm looking at one thing. Now, in front of me right now in my office, there is a screw on the door that I used to hang up something before. And that screw, if I stare at that, my eyes are in one place. My focus draws in. I begin to relax. But if I'm looking around constantly, and I've said this in a video before, if I'm looking around and I'm constantly fidgeting like this, and I'm constantly looking around, my eyes are going all over the place, I can't even think straight, let alone talk to the camera. But when I'm focusing on one thing, let me say the camera lens, and I take a deep breath in, my mind becomes that much clearer. It allows me to think straight. It allows me to overcome issues. It allows me to rationalize. And it allows me to really solve what is going on in my life. Because I'm not saying I don't get annoyed. I'm not saying I don't get I don't really get angry. I just don't get angry. I'm not an angry person. But I do get annoyed. I do get stressed at times. And what I do is personally cut off what I'm doing and I go and meditate. Ideally, I try and do about an hour when I'm feeling that bad, because it's like they say, if you feel like you don't have time for it, you need to do it more. But you don't have to start there. I did not start here. If you would have told me 5 years ago, Max, you meditate for an hour every day, and I don't do an hour every day, every single day. I do about an hour of meditation most days, I would say. Some days I will do a bit longer. Some days I'll do a bit less. I'll do like a 15-minute in the morning and a 30-minute in the evening. That's my personal meditation. Sometimes I will do 3, but not regularly. I go through phases, but the goal is to keep it up as a habit. So ask yourself this: can you spare 3 minutes of your life to start making changes? If the answer's no, then the meditation challenge is perfect for you, because you need it more than anything. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm just recommending how you can really relax yourself and shift your life and your identity. And if the answer is yes, then send me a message and we can excel that. Head over to www.maxhindle.com and book in a free content reading with me so we can see where you are, where you want to be, and we can solve those issues. But other than that, subscribe.